lineup, but one making his collegiate debut tonight. It's the man Matt McPherson. We'll talk more about him in a minute, but the senior getting the start here for Boashani squad.
Yeah, I'm sure he's going to be a little bit nervous, but he's gotten the shot today. Dartmouth gave up 3 goals on Tuesday. McPherson's been waiting his chance, and we'll see what he can do today.
Now look at the starting 11 over on the other side for the Warriors of Merrimack College there. Lots of experience in this lineup. Guys listed as grad students, but international players that have come in for Coach Tony Martone this season. So a unit that's still kind of learning how to play together out on the pitch.
Yeah, one player not as experienced as Keller Cassidy, but he's our leading goal scorer right now, gets the start tonight up top.
Cassidy, a first year out of the Woodlands, Texas. As we mentioned, in net tonight for the Big Green of Dartmouth, it is Matt McPherson, the senior out of Denver, Colorado. These are going to be his first ever collegiate minutes. Boashani said coming into the season, keeper is a position that they were still working on trying to get settled. And so far, TJ Jeffries, Konstantinos Delos, and now Matt McPherson, all 3 goalies are going to see time here in the early going.
Right, that's a great story. I think he's been here 4 years now in Hanover, and could have probably transferred, whatever. But he's at an Ivy League school. He's going to be a senior, and he stuck it out, and here we are.
On the other side, it's going to be a mainstay in net for the Warriors of Merrimack. Got the last game against Central Connecticut off, but Nelton Semedo, the grad student out of Pawtucket, Rhode Island, back in the net here tonight for the Warriors of Merrimack.
It's a little interesting because the Warriors did post a clean sheet against Central Connecticut as well, so Coach Martone going back to his starter, even though they had a good result against the Blue Devils.
Merrimack comes in with a record of 2-2-0 overall. This is game number 5 of the season. They've alternated loss-win up until this point, coming off the 2-0 victory against Central Connecticut, a one-time conference foe out of the Northeast Conference, and the Warriors first moved up to the Division I level. Big Green still looking for their first win of the season. They've got a pair of draws with a loss sandwich in between their most recent contests, as we highlighted off the top, the 3-3 tie against the University of Vermont.
Yeah, I think this is one they have pegged to get on the board as far as win column, so we'll see.
Jordan Cavaco is our referee tonight. Jason Disick and Ernesto Rodriguez are the assistants, and we are underway in a picture-perfect night here in Hanover.
Dartmouth taking the PSG kickoff, his new style, just knock it out of bounds. It's a new analytic style, and hey, if it works, we'll see.
Analytics finding their way everywhere into sports today. But the Big Green looking to try and press ahead. This is just the 3rd ever meeting between these two schools. The all-time series is tied at 1-1, and the home team has never won. When they first met here in the Upper Valley, it was the Warriors that came away with a victory by a score of 2-1. Last year when they met down in North Andover at Martone Mihail Field, it was the Big Green of Dartmouth coming away with a 2-1 victory. So the home side here in the Big Green trying to pick up their first win of the season. The home team in this series looking for the first ever win on the home pitch.
It's a good geographic matchup. Two teams that play different styles, not too far away early in the season, so it's a good good for both teams.
Warren's mentioning, I suppose, that Dartmouth in the home whites tonight, and Merrimack is in the road yellows here this evening. Quick turn up the wing. It'll be a throw coming here. Opongawusu looked like he was looking for a call, but none coming. But the Big Green looking to try and strike first here. They got off to a great start. As we mentioned, a 3-1 lead against Vermont their last time out this past Tuesday. Trenton Blake actually got Dartmouth on the board. A beautiful strike on a ball that found him in the 26th minute. Wilson flying down the wing, tries to control and can't corral it, so a goal kick to come.
And Dartmouth opens with 3 in the back. One thing to watch, Mr. Cavaco in the middle. Might have a busy night. Merrimack games in 4 games has been 22 cards total, including a game against Stonehill that saw 12, including a red.
These two teams met last year down in North Andover. There were 6 yellows issued in the game. 4 went to Dartmouth, and 30 total fouls, with 17 going against the Big Green. Miras sending down the wing, and Dartmouth looking to come on the attack. Good diving effort there along the end line to save it from becoming a corner. Francesco Detturi, the sophomore of Italy, getting into the lineup tonight, making his collegiate debut. This one will be punted up and out of play. Big Green again will come with that deep throw.
Would not be surprised to see Dartmouth have a lot of possession here. You can see already that's what Cassidy's doing, looking to counter. He's up top, and that's how he got a goal last week against Central Connecticut, just knocked it over the top. So I think Merrimack's going to sit back and try to counter.
Cassidy, the first year out of the Woodlands, Texas, has scored a pair of goals this season for the Warriors of Merrimack, who scored 5 as a team through 4 total games played. Big Green of Dartmouth have 4 goals on the board through their 3 contests. Cassidy getting into the fray, headed off the line by Detturi. Blake looking for some space. Blake scored against the Warriors last year down in North Andover. He likes playing against Merrimack as he forces a change of possession. That one goes off the heels of Ben Bilden, the first year out of New Canaan, Connecticut, getting his 3rd straight start for Boashani squad. Back pass to Wilson with Cassidy coming on the backside. They have to move it around quickly. Uno looking for Mignon. It's turned over. This one fenced away by Karagiorgis. Karagiorgis getting to it. He'll actually send it off the side of the attacking man, Borjunits. And draw throw here for the Big Green of Dartmouth.
And again, that's what the Warriors are going to try to do. When they can get pressure, they're going to try it. That was a good job that time, it looked like, by Rugland to get up there and steal the ball, but they couldn't make anything of it.
Rugland scoring the first goals we highlighted off the top coming in against Central Connecticut State University, a game that was also played on Monday of this past week. Warriors trying to find their way in. Fenton continuing on. Good battle over in the corner, and Fenton's able to win that one away for Dartmouth. Up the line it goes, but boom, back into play by Dituri. Headed into the area. Settled down by Uno, and he'll just blast this one clear to the bench and let the defense reset here for the Big Green.
Dartmouth a little slow getting up there. Allowed Merrimack to keep possession, at least keep it in Dartmouth's end.
Big Green coming off that 3-3 draw on Tuesday against the University of Vermont. Bo Oshani talked about how his team battled from the beginning in that game, thought they showed a lot of heart, a lot of grit throughout the course of that contest. They obviously wanted to get away with the win, but he talked about his team having to understand that's the level that they have to be at if they don't want to not just compete in games but win games. It's a level that they have to try and sustain. You're going against a ranked team. You're going against a team that's the defending national champion. And I think if you told anyone before the game you come out with a draw, you're certainly pleased with the result. And I think they were pleased with the result coming up, but also a little disappointed at the same time they weren't able to hang on for the victory.
Yeah, a little different animal tonight. Again, they did not have much of the ball against UVM, which you'd expect them not to against the defending national champs. Today they're going to have a lot of the ball, most likely. What do you do with it, though, or do you open yourself up for Merrimack to counter you?
McPherson will send it deep into the night. Sun setting just across the way. Again, a perfect night for soccer here in New Hampshire's Upper Valley. Game time temp just north of 70 degrees at about 72. Possession, switch back over. Noah Santos will turn. And now the Warriors will work it back before they work it forward. Gabriel Basile will switch fields. And Dituri, short up the wing. Sent to the midfield in Rugland. One touch back, Dituri will come wide. Santos will survey. Draws building. Chamizo works it to the middle of the field. A one touch that the Warriors can't control. Now a chance for the Big Green to try and push the issue the other way. Miras, nifty footwork to continue the advance. Will stop and survey. Apong Owusu, back to Miras. Down the wing in support is Wilson. That's where Miras will look. Wilson using the speed, turning a corner across, looking for a head, but no one home. Rocco Del Giudice will look to settle the action down and start the build out here for the Warriors. Junitz, challenged by Apong Owusu, will draw the throw here for Merrimack.
It's a pretty good cross, but as you said, there's nobody on it. Trenton Blake was arriving, but he was a little late. So we'll see if Dartmouth can get numbers forward a little quicker as this game goes on.
Saw the straight line speed there of James Wilson. Bo Oshani taking some time to chat with us this week. And we talked a little bit about Wilson's evolution as a player. Came in as an attacking player, more of a forward. And as things have changed here throughout the course of his campaign, they talked about maybe moving him to that right center back position, but with an opportunity to continue to exploit and use that speed up the wing. And they said he's still learning on that back end, but he is relentless in his approach, has really learned a lot on the fly, has improved a great amount during the offseason up until now. And you saw that speed there. He still has all those attacking instincts and those skills and capabilities. So they look to unleash it when they can. In between ball, this one skipping in towards the box with Cassidy bearing down, but McPherson able to get it across the line.
And then Dartmouth not really set up the pressure, and they're going to have to face a lot of those balls probably tonight. Again, that was not that far away. Cassidy was about a step away from getting the end of that one. So we'll see. I mean, Merrimack, not the prettiest to go direct all the time, but they may be most effective tonight.
You saw the goal Cassidy scored against Central Connecticut State. His other tally came in a game against Stonehill at home in North Andover. A result of him pushing forward and a misplay by the Skyhawks that found his boot, and then he was able to help it find the back of the net. Possession, turn back over for Ramon Mignon. A hard challenge play on the officials say, as Cassidy still down back behind the action. Miras pushing down the wing. Across, coming, but sent off the line that time. Alessandro Bede was able to get to it. Cassidy's back to his feet as the Warriors are back in possession now. Apong Owusu. Returning possession is Fenton, trying to work down the sideline. They'll say off his boots last and a throw to come here for the Warriors.
There's actually two Warriors down as Dartmouth countered that a little bit. They both are up and running around now, but there were two Merrimack players laying on the ground.
There's a look at Borjunits, transfer from Illinois, Chicago. Long time with the Slovenian U17 through 19 national teams. Just a sophomore is Junitz, one of the transfers coming in on Tony Martone's squad. Talk about legends of collegiate soccer, Tony Martone. We have Merrimack women's soccer on up here earlier this year when Dartmouth took them on. A 3-0 victory for the Big Green in their season opener with Coach Gabe Mihail. The soccer field at Merrimack College down in North Andover is named Martone Mihail Field. Talk about legendary status when the field is named after both soccer coaches, and neither is retired yet. Both have logged 40-plus years of coaching at the collegiate level.
There's not a lot of turnover there is what you're saying.
It would not appear so. Coach Mihail really getting that program off the ground in terms of Merrimack women's college soccer. He built that program from scratch, and Tony Martone taking over the Merrimack men's program at the ripe age of 24, 1981 grad out of Boston College. He has been a mainstay down in North Andover.
I'm sure the amenities are much different in the 80s than they are now. We finally have a foul on Ouso there. I believe that's the first foul of the game, 9 minutes in.
That's the first foul that we had called. Merrimack was looking for the quick restart. Bit of gamesmanship. Sebastian Magnon gets over to it and throws the ball back into space.
That's one thing you do probably in the 10th minute. I probably wouldn't try that in the 80th minute. You might get carded for it. These are the chances Dartmouth doesn't want to give away. Too many of them is a chance for Merrimack to get some numbers forward. Although if you saw their final 20 seconds against Stonehill, they got burned on a play like this.
Junitz sending in, looking for a head, but it's over the bar and out. Found Bidet streaking in towards that back post. Set pieces have been an area of concern for Bo O'Shaughnessy's team coming into this season. It was something he cited they have to be better at. If you look at their first couple of games, the game against Bryant, Bulldogs got their goal coming off of a set piece. First goal, Vermont able to score. Getting on the board last Tuesday night came off a set piece as well. So it continues to be an area they're trying to drill down and focus on.
I think if you're nitpicking that one too, Bidet did get his head to it. Obviously it wasn't a clean contact, but you would like him not to if you're Dartmouth.
Bidet, a grad student, played at William Penn University, an NAIA school out in Iowa. Has found his way to North Andover, sent into space, and a race coming towards the ball. Wilson got there, but just a tick late. Cassidy, quick one touch to the outside. Santos tries to work it down the wing. Magnon, good tackle to slow down the advance. Rugland, quick return. Warriors spry through the midfield, now sending a ball through. We'll have a foul whistled down as Magnon came in hard and heavy and ran into Rugland.
You can see Merrimack's impressive. Rugland's been impressive in the first 10 minutes of this game. And you can see they have the two forwards up top and Rugland behind, trying to get it forward and get numbers forward. So they're well drilled in that. They've gotten forward a couple times. As you see there, Rugland, that's a pretty obvious foul. It's another one that might be a yellow card later in the game, too. Did stop a promising attack there.
So it'll be Rugland ready to send it back in. The junior saw time in 15 games this season ago, starting 13 of them. Went 84 minutes against Dartmouth in that game down in North Andover. What was eventually a 2-1 Big Green win.
It would be interesting non-conference to see how many players are played for both teams today as we move on in this game.
Rugland blasting right into the mixer, but misses everything. So a goal kick to come.
Not a real good delivery that time. It's a tough spot. You want to get it out wide the other side and push it back across, but too much juice on that one.
Game last year down in North Andover on September the 24th, or at Maine of all people, for the Big Green. A mainstay on the back line for Dartmouth. Came away with his first ever collegiate goal. Made it 1-0. Then Trenton Blake tallied on a PK in the 28th minute. Dartmouth led 2-0. Stay that way until the 67th when Liam Ziegler was able to score for the Warriors. Beautiful move there by Miras. Continuing to work it down the line. Miras looking for an angle. Miras crossing. Can't find a recipient, but he'll draw a corner. What footwork by Vasilius Miras going down the sideline.
As an old school Meg, he's going to want to put that on Instagram soon if they got a good angle on it. But it's a corner for Dartmouth, and it's a chance. Merrimack's pressure, Dartmouth wants to play through it. So far they haven't been able to, but that's the first time, or maybe the second time, they've gotten a good look.
Big Green have only drawn 9 corners through the opening 3 games of this season. They had 6 in the opener. Take a look at the move right here.
Yeah, he wants that after the game. Somebody give it to him.
He'll take the corner, out swinging with the right, looking for a head. Found his intended target building, but couldn't hit it cleanly. Can you make top plays even if you don't score a goal? Because that might be worthy of consideration.
You can make Ivy League top plays. I don't think you're going to make Sports Center top plays, though, unfortunately. You probably needed to finish that to get on that.
Long ball looking ahead for Baltinson with the brace against the University of Vermont. He goes down, play on, the official says, as Dartmouth continues to maintain possession. Fenton will work it back before the Big Green will work it forward. Kariorgis finds Uno.
You can see the 4-4-2 Merrimack is in. It's very central. They're keeping the ball out of the middle, but it opens up the wide areas for Dartmouth if they can exploit it.
Press will come forward. McPherson back spinning across midfield. Chamizo got ahead to it. He's looking for a foul call, but the Warriors maintain possession, so play on. Rugland will work it wide and look for support. Now Rugland goes down on a tough challenge. That is going to draw a whistle. That might draw a conversation.
We're looking. He's not going to his pocket yet, but I think we're getting close. A couple of really hard fouls. Again, the first one, I think, later, I would have think that one too. It's always a dilemma for a ref. You don't really want to go to your pocket too early, but there's a couple. That's a pretty hard foul right there. A little bit of embellishment, but not a lot, I think. It's a pretty hard foul. Uso, we were here last year against UConn. He was one of the guys that got a red card last year against UConn when they had to finish with 9 players.
Junits into the mixer just inside the 18. Adam Abdalal trying to get free upon Owusu, working through him. Junits crossing, looking for a back kind of heel flick coming through the area that time was Keller Cassidy. Points for creativity.
That would have made SportsCenter top 10 if we put that in. But nobody really running onto it. But it's good stuff. I think Merrimack's going to be happy with the first 15 minutes here. They've had more of the ball than they thought they'd have, and they have a couple chances too.
First third of play nearly gone here at Burnham Field between Merrimack and Dartmouth. No score as of yet. Just one official shot has been credited so far, going to the Warriors of Merrimack.
Dartmouth wants to move the ball around and exploit that wide areas. They've only been able to do it a couple times so far.
50-50 ball. Warriors able to control Del Giudice to Abdalal. Now touch down the wing. Junits can't get to it. Fenton will play it back. McPherson's got to get rid of it quickly, with Cassidy pressing down. Keller Cassidy a first year, but certainly doesn't seem to be playing like one night now for Tony Martone's squad.
Extremely active up there.
Misplay on the back pass. Junits. Nifty footwork. Rugland trying to line one up but overruns it. Bilden will just blast this one back across midfield. Baltinson, those long strides looking to give chase. Now a race to the ball. Baltinson can't get to it, but he'll be able to draw the throw for his team at the last moment. Santos able to cut him off.
Dartmouth giving Merrimack a taste of their own medicine there, just knocking it long and let Baltinson run onto it. It was almost effective.
The 2 goals Baltinson scored came off of long balls and long runs against the University of Vermont. We highlighted his first goal, the beautiful touch in and around the keeper, and then the second one, splitting a pair of defenders on a long run. And a gentle strike. They're looking for Baltinson in the box. This one headed back to the edge of the 18. Wilson settling in. Bilden trying to turn. Semedo will just let it settle down. He'll leave it on the turf and scoop it up as Baltinson gives some token pressure.
Couldn't quite get a place to shoot there, but it was close.
There's a look at Wilson, the senior of Toronto. He's gone the distance in every game so far for the Big Green this season.
It's different. Some coaches will do that. They have a number one. They're going to go to them every game. Some coaches in non-conference are going to mix it up like Dartmouth's doing.
Miras with a touch. Everyone was looking for a handball wearing a yellow jersey, but none coming. Santos sending down the wing. Keller Cassidy getting behind the defense. Cassidy trying to cross. Sent out of harm's way by Kariorgis. Santos with a touch too strong. Settled down by Uno. Midfield, good tackle thrown there by Chamizo. Junits will touch to the outside. Del Giudice working wide. Del Giudice crossing. Apong Owusu did well to get back as Cassidy was primed to blast that one towards the net. And now Chamizo will be called for the foul.
He's trying to plead his case. I think that he didn't do much wrong. But again, no card yet, but we're getting close. I think he might have got stepped on there. The foul itself wasn't that hard. Let's see if you see a replay. He might have got stepped on after the fact. I think right there. Might have got stepped on, or he's alluding that he got stepped in the back, which would obviously be something. It's hard from the angle to see, but I think that's what happened.
It's Miras, the man that's down on the turf at the moment. Mentioned last year the 2-1 win for the Big Green down in North Andover. Both games have been 2-1 finals as they meet for the 3rd consecutive season. I think we're to the point now where we can say Merrimack's no longer one of the newer entrants into Division I. They made the move up in 2019. So they're well fully established now at the D1 level.
And now they're not quite as well established in the MAC, however, which is a kind of a step up for them too. But they are, they're moving. It's their 2nd year. So And they're picked toward the bottom of the MAC, but you can see here what, they have a style and they have some guys that can play. So we'll see.
The MAC preseason poll was one of the more interesting ones I think I've seen in recent memory. Iona has been very strong in that league for a long time. They got 8 first-place votes, finishing atop the preseason poll. But if you look at it, there's 8 teams out of the 13 in the conference that came away with at least one first-place vote, including Fairfield, who's picked number 8 in the poll overall. So you're talking about a league that's really kind of not necessarily up in the air, but trying to figure out where anyone's going to finish, at least leading into the preseason.
Means we don't have a clue. So there's a bunch of transfers coming in for all teams, and we're just throwing them a hat and see what happens. But we have to do it. So we're putting over-under on a card in about 3 minutes. We'll see.
I said 8 teams. It was 6 teams, excuse me, please receive first place votes. Sometimes counting on the fly can be a bit of a challenge.
Stuff, you got 13 teams in the MAC, and there's just so few games in soccer that it's hard to really get a read even in the regular season who's what.
But that's the piece as well. So in terms of what is left for Merrimack, they've got one more non-conference game after this against UMass Lowell, and then they dive right into conference play, and that's it the rest of the way.
Yeah.
12 games till they get to the finish, and that's where their focus is going to have to be to try and find some success.
It's about that time. The Ivy League's obviously late with just only 8 teams, but their conferences, they're already in conference play.
They'll be on the road ostensibly against the Riverhawks, but Merrimack and North Andover and UMass Lowell, of course, and Lowell, about 15-20 minutes apart. Longtime rivals in the Northeast 10 at the Division II level. Riverhawks making the move up to Division I. Merrimack following a handful of years later, and both looking to establish themselves at the D1 level. Of course, UMass Lowell men's hockey was at the D1 level for a very long time.
Well, as was Merrimack, too.
As was Merrimack. Both those schools competing out of Hockey East. Of course, it's ECAC hockey here in the Upper Valley, and believe it or not, hockey season not too far away. But right now it's soccer season. Cross coming into the box. This one's going to be off the boots.
It's a corner for Merrimack.
Merrimack will draw their first corner of the match.
Dartmouth without a shot yet. I think Merrimack would definitely take that. They've been, after the first 5 minutes, definitely not as much at the ball as I thought Dartmouth would have in this game.
Merrimack was able to generate just 2 corners against Central Connecticut, but were able to generate a pair of goals while keeping the sheet clean.
Nacho Chamizo, we don't have the heights here, but he's a tall dude getting in the box.
It'll be Junitz looking to offer it in. Chamizo stands at 6'4", offering a big target. He's at the top of the box right now, looking to work his way in. They send it short to El Giudice. Can't get the touch. Blake sends it out into space. Foul whistle down as Blake was tackled to the turf.
Yep. We had the 6'4" guy in the box. I might put it in there if I was them, but they were trying to work out their set piece.
So Trenton Blake working his way back up to his feet as you see a look at Nacho Chamizo. A sophomore out of Santander, Spain. 68 minutes on the pitch in that 2-0 win against Central Connecticut State.
Plays the holding midfield spot in the middle and tries to run things through there.
Magnon working it back. Uno. Cassidy comes in with a tackle. Uno is able to hang on to it, working it back to McPherson.
See how long Cassidy goes. He hasn't stopped running yet so far in this game.
There he is, coming in right now, challenging Uno. Warriors are really pushing the issue here. They are being aggressive right now with their press, not letting Dartmouth trying to build out. Building goes down to the turf after a tangle with Chamizo. Let's work back here to the Turi.
Yeah, Dartmouth wants to possess the ball a little more than they are, and they just can't right now. Cassidy over the other side. Offside, though.
Flag is up for the first time here tonight.
And Cassidy started on the left. Now he's on the right. He's all over the place. Those guys are tough to mark because they're all over the place.
Nice crowd on hand here tonight. Mark Egner, the coach of the field hockey team, has made his way into the stands. Dartmouth field hockey had a big win over Maine on Friday, 2-1. They've got a big one coming up tomorrow against the University of Massachusetts Minutewomen, ranked number 14 in the country. They have been playing like the number 14 ranked team, coming off a very impressive win over number 4 ranked Boston College last night. A game that went to a shootout after it finished in a 1-1 tie through 2 overtime periods. They came away with the shootout victory over the number 4 ranked team in the land. So a big test for Dartmouth field hockey tomorrow.
Dartmouth gets pretty good crowds for their soccer games, and especially on a perfect night like this, but it's nothing like they played midweek at Virtue Field, which is now sold out for every UVM game. They won the national championship, and the overflow crowds, just a great atmosphere there.
Blake takes possession for a moment. Tangle of bodies as 2 Dartmouth players go down. Play on, the officials say.
Marco pointed and said he got the ball. And Dartmouth vehemently disagreeing over there.
Blake is still down on the turf. It comes to Rugland. Rugland carrying in. Rugland Dropping back, Chamizo. Now Rugland's down to the turf looking for a call, none coming. Del Giudice. Up top. Quick touch into the box. Units looking to turn. Has it on his left boot. Sending towards net. Save made. Ping-ponging around and put on, but the flag is up. It will come off the board.
A lot going on there. Merrimack under no obligation to play the ball out with a player down. Flag came up late. It'd be interesting to see the replay on that one because was it on the first touch or was it on the shot? What was it? No VAR here, unfortunately, and now they contend on the other side finally. So let's see. It might be tough in this angle to see. As he takes the shot, it's hard to see. You have to see where they are right now.
Pearson makes the save.
You know, it might have been. See, I think I think if Abdullah puts it in, I think he's onside, but it goes over to Santos. A good spot there by the assistant referee. And that's a tough break for Merrimack because you got to just let it sit there, and then Abdullah would have knocked it in.
Came straight to Abdullah right in front of the net, but Santos was just ahead of him.
And I think Abdullah was clearly onside. He took a swipe at it, too, and missed, and that let Santos put it in. I think if Santos leaves it alone, it's a goal for the Warriors, but didn't happen.
Jason Disick, the assistant on that side, had the flag up. Booming from McPherson. Big Green just looking for some possession right now. It's been Merrimack with the better of the hold here in half number one. Keller Cassidy, the man that has not stopped running all night, sees it flick off his heel.
Here's it from the Darmouth student section. Welcome to college, kid.
Not a coincidence that the Dartmouth student section off towards our left is the goal that Merrimack's going to be defending in half number two, I think. Headed out of harm's way by Bidet. Cassidy ahead to it. Uno, one play back to McPherson. Abdullah pursuing, but McPherson blasted towards midfield. Leak through to Turi. To Del Giudice. Just a sophomore, Del Giudice. One of the anchoring forces on this back line for Tony Martone.
Again, Merrimack with possession here.
No substitutions on either side to this point. As we played nearly 23 minutes, halfway through half number one. Still just two official shots in the game, one shot on goal. It's gone to the Warriors of Merrimack. Rugland. To Chamizo. Basio into the mixer. This one skips in. McPherson lets it hit the turf and then grasps it.
Yeah, that shot on goal was Cassidy's, by the way, too. We didn't mention that. That was his original shot that almost resulted in that goal.
So the senior Matt McPherson. So we get another look at it here.
Yeah. So you can see, if you look at this, you see Abdullah is onside, clearly onside there, but when it goes to Santos, that's the person who's offside. So a really tough break for Merrimack.
It's angle of bodies as this one comes through. McPherson quickly out to Wilson. We've seen him use his speed once tonight. He's got some space to carry, and this is where he's dangerous. Looking for an angle, trying to find a way down the wing. Wilson looking to turn the corner. Wilson crossing. Baltinson heading. Semedo!
Yeah, it's a big-time save right there. You can see Baltinson's reaction. We had a good angle at that. That was headed right for the corner, and he pushed it, did a great job. It's already back in.
They're already going back quickly here. Another look at the world-class phase from Semedo. Is this one? Baltinson crossed in the box, but they can't find it. A beautiful ball from Wilson. You saw the straight line speed getting the angle. Perfect delivery, but Nelton Semedo. A world-class save. This one leaks all the way through. Miras looking for space. Can't work it through Del Giudice. Pongawusu wins possession back for the Big Green. Trenton Blake has scored every time he's gotten together with the Warriors. Fenton trying to work it through.
Good defending right there, yeah.
Does a good job cutting it off. Semedo, the Gratzu on the other side. And right as we say, there's no substitution. Here comes a line change with a D pair, plus a goalie. Not an actual goalie, but there are 6 white jerseys coming onto the field right now. So bear with us as we try to work our way through all the subs that have come on right now for the Big Green. Noah Sams is out there right now for Dartmouth. Looks all like Marios Georges has made his way onto the pitch for the Big Green. Ollie Spicer, the first year, out there as well, wearing number 8.
I mean, that was probably a plan, but I can't imagine Coach Shoshani was all that thrilled with the first 25 minutes either. Merrimack's pretty been dominant since that last flurry there.
Nick Cashambuzi back out on the field for the Big Green amidst the last couple of games here for Dartmouth. It looks like Cameron Brain has also made his way back out. Here come the Warriors, right back on the attack. Del Giudice. Abdullah. That's Junitz, excuse me, with the ball in his boots right now, looking for Del Giudice. Nifty work by Del Giudice trying to get free. Kashambuzi just blasted across the boundary, and we'll look for the defense to reset.
If you go back to the save by Semedo, we said earlier he did not start the last game, and Merrimack got a shutout. That certainly proved he's the #1 with that save.
Does have a shutout to his name this season. Came against the College of the Holy Cross, a 1-0 victory back on August the 24th. He was third team all-conference in Merrimack's first year in the Metro Atlantic. Only member of the squad to make an all-conference team last year. Grad student of Pawtucket, Rhode Island. Made 5 saves against the Big Green last year in Dartmouth's eventual 2-1 win.
Might have some family here. It's not too far. 3 hours-ish.
It was the first real opportunity we'd seen all night. Foul whistle down here against the Big Green. I believe that's Douglas Arvahar, the guilty party, who came in during the course of that change.
We have not seen a card yet. That's not a card-worthy foul, but we have not seen a card yet. I was surprised by that. Credit to Mr. Cavaco in the middle.
Daniel Carey Evans is also onto the field for the Big Green of Dartmouth. So Boashani changing out 6 of the players on the pitch here in half number 1. Wilson coming up to challenge. Fenton not coming off the pitch. No surprise there. Sam Fenton playing all but 45 minutes a season ago for this Dartmouth team. Talking about an Iron Man on the back end. Wilson. A little bit of a challenge that time. A little bit of a jersey tug after the fact by Abdullah as they say hello to one another. Arvahar can't get ahead to it. Chamizo was the last man that touched it.
Not really the style of soccer Dartmouth wants to be playing, I don't think, tonight. They've not had a lot of possession of the ball, and it showed. I mean, they had that one chance down here. It was a really good chance, obviously, but I think they want more of the ball than they have right now. Gives credit to Merrimack for taking away from them.
Here's Noah Sams taking from Brain. Sams, the first year. Sending wide. Sams trying to cross it through. It went off Basio. It's a handball. It's a question of where it happened. And it happened right outside the area.
Yeah, I think it was real close. If you had VAR, I think Dartmouth might get a penalty kick out of this. It was real close, and the line is part of the penalty box. No, I think it was outside. It was real close, though. I don't know. Take a guess, right? We'll see. And I think at this level, without VAR, they're not going to give a penalty on something like that.
Great work by our crew getting that up there. Shout out Chris Laraway, our replay operator tonight.
Again, it's where the contact is, not where the player is. A bit of a harsh handball there. His hand was kind of against his body. It was given quickly. 3-man wall.
It's lined up right now. Chipped in, and it's through! Big Green, strike first. It's Trenton Blake.
And there'll be a lot of questions asked about the wall there from Semedo as he sits in his goal right now. But certainly a good strike. Blake wasted no time with the left foot and whacked it home.
It's not Blake, it's Ollie Spicer, excuse me. Spicer was the man that was able to knock it through. So Ollie Spicer, the first year with his first ever collegiate tally, a beautiful bender, and gets the Big Green on the board, 1-0.
I'm afraid they look similar out there. But I think the left foot might have given it away there that time too. If we get a replay, we'll see. I don't think that wall was set up perfect, and there'll be a lot of questions asked about what the wall did because he kind of just hooked it around and it was in easily.
Look at it, and it just goes right over the top of the wall in Semedo, but a beautiful ball set in by Ollie Spicer, the first year with his first ever collegiate tally.
I think Semedo thought it was going to be a right foot kick coming in too, which is why this wall was set up that way, and he just went lefty right around it and tucked it in the near side.
Goal comes in the 29th minute, the first year of Buckinghamshire, England. Gets Dartmouth on the board.
It's a cruel game sometimes. Merrimack has played extremely well, but now they're down 1-0. And now it's up to Merrimack to try to get the momentum back. Like I said, they've played so well for 30 minutes, and now they're down 1-0.
Boashani's talked a lot about Ollie Spicer, new addition, obviously, the team being a first year. And a lot of people are excited about. Made his collegiate debut, getting on the pitch against Vermont, 15 minutes, and in his second ever collegiate game, able to strike.
And you mentioned, a couple times Dartmouth has struggled against set pieces. Well, then they got to go off a set piece this time. So
Big Green able to strike first. Congratulations to Ollie Spicer and his first ever collegiate tally.
Didn't take a lot of time with that either. The ball was set. He went and drilled it right away.
just bending it right over the top of that three-man wall, and referee blew it into play. It almost looked like Semedo was still trying to get things a little bit organized, as you were talking about, Ray, and just got to credit the first year with good situational awareness.
And we'll see the replay certainly halftime. I think it actually went around the wall to that side, which means it definitely was. I think he thought it was going to be a right-footed setup, and it was not. Either way, Dartmouth leads.
So the substitutions by Bo Oshani proved prescient. The first year, fresh onto the pitch, able to put it through. This one sent to the outside. Santos down the wing. Rugland looking for an angle. Rugland sent back up top. Junitz trying to flick through. Kashambuzi wins possession back for the Big Green. At least for the moment, as Wilson tries to send it up the line off the boots of Santos, and the throw to come.
How many times Kashambuzi is called Shabuzi?
Not something I had contemplated until this moment. Did hear that song on the way up here.
And now he's stuck in everybody's head listening to this. Could be worse, though.
Pause on the throw as there was a second ball on the pitch. Inside the final third to play here in half number one. Dartmouth breaking through first. Ollie Spicer, the first year out of England. His first ever collegiate goal on a beautiful bending left-footed kick from a set piece. Tucking it into the near corner of the goal, giving Dartmouth a 1-0 lead. Passes behind Fenton with Abdullah in pursuit. Abdullah loses his footing. That gets a rise out of the crowd. Fenton trying to thread a pass through. Knocked down. Junitz looking for Rugland. A tad too strong, and it comes to Sams. Sends wide to Wilson. This is where Wilson likes to operate. Working one-on-one. Wilson looking for that speed again. Send to the outside. Wilson crossing. This one's low. Broken up.
One thing about the way Merrimack plays is it is physically taxing to run as much. We've seen how much Cassie run. They have not subbed yet. Maybe getting a little bit tired.
Rugland holding, working it back. Chamizo. Ball finding its way to Santos. Challenge from Sands. Finds its way to Cassidy. Cassidy looking for an angle down the wing. Cassidy and Uno in a battle. Cassidy battling through. Cassidy into the 18. Turned away by Kashambuzi. Cassidy with a hard tackle from behind. Play continues on. Now Cassidy racing to it. Uno goes through. And then Uno goes tumbling over Cassidy. And now a conversation to come.
Didn't see if there was a call there or not. If there's a call, that's probably going to be a yellow card. But I don't know if he called the foul or not. I don't think he did. I think he just said it's out of bounds. Dartmouth obviously not thrilled with that at all.
Uno is still down. As you look at Keller Cassidy, the first year has been playing with, I don't want to call it reckless abandon tonight, but just a never-ending motor, I guess you would say.
Abandon. I don't know if it's reckless or not, but certainly abandon. And that was pretty, it got close to reckless right there, and you can see they're kind of pushing people away because that was a dangerous challenge. If he got the ball, then, you know, obviously it's a good challenge, and Dartmouth is contending he didn't. But the referee has not pointed or gone to his pocket or anything. I think the referee is saying that Cassidy got the ball on that challenge.
Cassidy has a motor that has not stopped all night. He has been go, go, go from the jump, helping to push the issue here for Merrimack, but the Warriors right now find themselves on the wrong side of a 1-0 score.
And it's a throw for Dartmouth, so there was no foul on that play at all. Merrimack finally going to sub.
4 subs coming in for the Warriors. We'll get a look at it right now. Salvatore Zani checking in for the first time here for Merrimack.
We still call it Bronx cheers, what Cassidy's getting right now as he goes off the field that way.
It very well may be.
Hanover cheer.
Benaya Hansen, a Granite State native, will check in out of Pembroke, just outside of Concord. In fact, 2 Granite Staters. Actually, I take that back. Just one will come. Pedro Plants Bice. Here's a look at the challenge coming in. Just clipping the feet there. Looks like he got ball, but clipped the feet at the very end.
Yeah, I've seen that called before. Probably good for Cassidy. He's getting off the field for the rest right now.
Pariorgis does well to control it. Spicer just blasts this one across midfield. Bidet with the touch. Semedo well out of his cage. Will send this one through. Spicer in a battle knocked from behind as Pedro Plants Bice is checked in for the first time here. Rugland pushing through. Rugland falls down on top of the ball. That will be a call against Arvahar. Warriors starting back quickly. Junitz. Bidet trying to thread the needle. Del Giudice, a quick turn, draws 2 white jerseys. Del Giudice. He knocks it out, so to throw to come here for the Big Green of Dartmouth.
I think it was a handball. I think we're going to put that on the ground, I think. We'll see.
The eagle eyes of Ray Curran spotting it from across the way as we tick inside 11 minutes to go here in half number 1.
Saw the assistant referee waving his flag. So if the assistant referee puts his flag straight up, it means it went out of bounds. If he starts waving it, then usually it's a foul of some kind or something.
Waving flag, which World Cup was that the theme for?
I think that was 2010. Yeah, that was Africa, South Africa, which is, how's that 15 years ago, but okay.
Big Green back on the attack. Del Giudice in a wrestling match is able to win it. Sent back towards the midfield. Here's Hansen looking to try and settle the action down. Hansen, a sophomore out of Pembroke, New Hampshire. As Wilson avoids a tackle expertly, maintains possession. Brain with a quick touch. Teom Samba in pursuit. Uno working through a challenge. Great work by Uno. Kashambuzi leading the attack forward. Kashambuzi sending for Wilson, a race to it. And shielded off expertly at the last moment by Zani.
Yeah, you can see why Merrimack gets so many cards the way they play. I mean, you have a style, you stick with it. So far, no cards yet tonight.
Del Giudice challenged on the far side. Throw coming here for the Warriors. Each side with 2 total shots. 1 shot on goal for Merrimack, 2 shots on goal for the Big Green, one of which is found the back of the net off the boot of first-year Ollie Spicer in the 29th minute, staking Dartmouth to this 1-0 advantage. Long booming ball, no chance for the Big Green to track down with a goal kick to come.
Yeah, despite the lead, I think Merrimack has to be happy. Dartmouth is basically abandoning this possession game for the most part here and is kind of going direct. Again, it doesn't help you on the scoreboard. They still trail 1-0.
Bidet booming across midfield, 50-50 ball. Warriors maintain control. Touch quickly on the outside. This is Zani, sophomore of New Fairfield, Connecticut, working ahead to Rugland. Rugland with a touch. Rugland with a tug. That will draw a whistle. Now Brain, a little bit slow to get up.
A little extras, but not too much. I think that was a pretty easy call. Rugland's been pretty impressive in the first half.
A junior out of Norway. 11 starts as a first year, 13 starts a season ago. 24 starts and 28 career games played coming into tonight. Got the start here this evening, his 3rd of the season. 1 goal in each of his first 2 years. And has a tally this year, coming most recently against Central Connecticut State. Plants Beisch working back to the outside. Zani moving ahead, but chested down by Uno. Wilson. Arvahar can't get the touch cleanly, but it goes off a Warrior boot last.
Merrimack is very active defensively, too. Not many holes for Dartmouth here.
Arvahar working through, but a good tackle. Well done that time on the back end by Basio. Arvahar a bit slow to get back up.
Merrimack maybe with a record in slide tackles in the first half, but it's been effective so far. Maybe slide tackles without a card.
Big Green will work their way a little bit farther down the line after it goes off the boots of Hansen. Looking for Spicer. Another deep throw to come here for the Big Green, so a chance for Wilson to try and get a running start and launch this one into the box.
We saw a couple long throws earlier.
Arvahar, a big target, standing 6'5". You see him right there in the center of your screen. Wilson with a running start, looking for Arvahar, tries to flick a header, it leaks through. Arvahar challenging again, still loose in the mixer. Georges with a head to it. Spicer tries with a highlight reel goal, and that's going to draw a whistle.
Yeah, dangerous play. His foot was up and was obviously dangerous there. Probably lucky he didn't make contact with anybody. It could have been worse.
Have to love the confidence of the first-year player to try and give this a shot inside that thicket of bodies. Back pass to Semedo. Brain got the first touch. Plants Beisch. Del Giudice. Del Giudice, a quick turn off the shins of Fenton. And that, believe it or not, will result in a goal kick. I can't remember the last time I saw a goal kick off of a deflection in front of a bench.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, Dartmouth is having trouble keeping the ball, but right now they're doing a good job keeping it in Merrimack's end. Now, Merrimack can't play it. I assume they're going to go long at some point here, just like that.
Looking to try and stretch the field. Samba couldn't get the header over Uno. Junitz, quick turn. Spicer with a challenge.
At some point, somebody's going to make a bad challenge here in one of these. It hasn't happened yet, though.
Warriors leaking forward on the throw. Del Giudice sent back on the other side of midfield by Jordan Cabaco, our referee. Kashambuzi with the header. Now the Warriors can come a bit farther ahead. Looking to touch back to Del Giudice. Play is broken up. Kashambuzi. Looking here. Arvahar was looking for a foul, but none coming. Just another throw for the Warriors. As we weave our way inside, 5 minutes remaining here in half number one. Big Green. Maybe a chance to try and build something. Arvahar just a long ball ahead. Semedo keeps it to the turf and works it to Basio. 90 minutes each. In each of the last two games for Gabriel Basio, the sophomore of Roma, Italy. Samba goes down to the turf. They'll whistle a foul down there against Karagiorgis.
Foul number 6 for Dartmouth, only 4 for Merrimack, so not too many, but I want to say Merrimack had 36 fouls combined in one of their early games this year.
They committed over 15 and a half per game last year. That was the most in MAC and fourth most in all of Division I. They're at 13.25 fouls per game so far to this juncture of the season. Though their last two games, they've had 53 total fouls.
That's a lot of fouls.
They have 9 yellows on the season, 7 of those yellows coming in the last two games. Last two games coming against Central Connecticut and Stonehill. That Stonehill game was a card fest, including Teo Msamba drawing 2 yellows that turned into a red. Wilson breaks up the play. This one booted back ahead to the edge of the 18. Battle on the 50-50 ball. Hansen goes in and goes down. Possession, one here by the Warriors. It's sent wide. Junitz. Crossing, looking for a head. McPherson able to read it.
Pretty comfortable save, but one he would want there in his first collegiate start.
He'll throw it out to Wilson. He's made several strong runs down this wing tonight. Puts a stop to the ball, leaves it back for Brain. Here's Noah Sams, the first year. He's seen significant time for this team so far. He's got 1 start under his belt and seen action in all 4 games for Coach Boloshani. Karagiorgis sent up the line. Ball finds the turf. Now it finds Karagiorgis' head. Plants Beisch, looking to settle, gets it to Rugland.
Ball spent time in the air more than on the ground here in the first half.
Misplay here for the Warriors. Possession comes back to the Big Green for the moment. Sams giving chase. Sams turning back. Finds its way to Spicer. Kashambuzi. Kashambuzi sending wide. Fenton plays it one more. Finds its way back to Kashambuzi as we move inside. 2 minutes remaining here in the half.
As I said that before, now Dartmouth with the most possession they've had in like 30 minutes.
Wilson, nifty work. Wilson challenged towards the top of the 18. Wilson comes through. Foul whistle down against Wilson. A free kick to come for the Warriors. They'll move quickly.
It was a handball.
Zani up the wing. Wilson challenging. one booted out. Will be a throw for Merrimack.
Wilson getting his fitness in.
Samba racing to the end line. Samba leaves it up top. Kashimpuzi, good tackle to clear it from harm's way.
That was a better chance than it looked. Samba got pretty deep there, but a good job by Dartmouth to cover it. Can't tell why he stopped the clock here.
Looks like he's having a conversation with Uno after the challenge. It'll be a long throw. Del Giudice. He'll work up ahead of steam, trying to launch this one into the box. Del Giudice, strong throw outside the edge of the 6. Leaks through, touched it, it's in! We're level at 1 here in half number 1. Alessandro Bede finds the back of the net.
Pretty simple, just a long throw, flick on and knock it in. Simple, but if you don't defend it, and you can't say Merrimack didn't deserve to be even here.
Second chance opportunity. The ball got knocked around in the box. And Bede, the transfer from William Penn University, tallies his second goal, in a Warrior uniform.
It's Benaiah Hansen who got there to flick it right there. You see right there, just a little flick. Not a big guy either, puts it in a perfect spot, and then it's a pretty easy finish from there. It's that first flick that Dartmouth, again, you talk about set pieces, they'll be upset about. Just throw it in there, put it in a dangerous area, and knock it home.
He tallied against Holy Cross, the only goal for them in that 1-0 win. Here his goal in the 44th minute gets his team level. We're tied up at 1. It's funny how the game works because we were talking about it earlier. You were hitting the nail on the head talking about how Merrimack really had the better possession and really the better push, but it was Dartmouth that got on the board first, and I think the inverse is true here where it seems as though the Big Green have been doing a better job of possession down the back end of half number 1, but just an opportunity for the Warriors able to capitalize.
Well, that's the way soccer works, those moments. I think both teams will be upset at conceding the way they did. They were pretty simple set-piece goals that probably could have been defended, but you switch off for a second in this game, and here we are.
Headed back to Semedo. He'll take his time before he comes back up.
Yeah, Semedo looks like he's happy to get to halftime here.
This is a Warrior team that knows they can get burnt at the end of a game. Their 3-2 loss against Stonehill. The winning goal in that game was scored with 1.7 seconds left. About as wild of a finish as you will see in a soccer game. This one sent down into space. Fenton will just blast it ahead inside the final 10. Both sides will watch the ball, find the boundary, and they'll find their way to their respective benches to talk about things over the course of the first 45. It was Dartmouth getting on the board first. Ollie Spicer, his first of his collegiate career in the 29th minute. A beautiful finish off a set piece, but Alessandro Bede, just a touch off of a long throw, able to find it into the back of the Dartmouth net. And we're locked level at 1 after the opening 45.
And there weren't a lot of shots for either team, but it's pretty entertaining back and forth. Very physical first half as Merrimack will play, and I think they deserve to be tied at the half.
Halftime here, and Hanover can be the same thing, but it was a beautiful save made off of a headed opportunity in front by Baltonson. We are underway here in half number 2 between Merrimack and Dartmouth. Big Green, 5-8-3 overall season ago, 2-4-1 with inside the H&8, finishing 6th. Merrimack, their first year in the Metro Atlantic, 3-11-2, 2-4-2. That was good enough to be tied for 11th in the MAC.
Again, we think the MAC, we saw our preseason poll, we think that's kind of a mess right now, so we'll see how that shakes out.
Iona picked to finish atop the preseason poll this year, got 8 of the first place votes. The Gales last year knocked off Ryder in the MAC championship to win the automatic bid to the NCAA tourney. Samba in a battle right now. Samba trying to work wide. Draws a pair of white jerseys. Teom Samba flicking through to Hansen. Hansen trying to return. Hansen, good ball, middle of the box, headed and just wide. Rugland midway through the 18, a beautiful ball sent in, but just missed the target.
You can see the cheers from the Merrimack bench. It's a great start to the second half. A good chance for Rugland. Didn't have enough pace on it quite to maybe hit it hard, but it was headed for the corner. It wasn't that far off.
Rugland hunting his second goal of the season. Mentioned Hansen, a Granite State kid out of Pembroke, New Hampshire, just outside of Concord. About 45, 50 minutes away from where we are right now. Arvahar giving chase. This one's played back to Semedo. Just a boom ball and a 50-50. This one skips over everything. Fenton the first touch to it. Fenton in a battle. It's going to go off his boots last, and no, it's going to go off the boots of the Warriors last, excuse me. Be a quick throw here for Dartmouth. Junit's got to it. He finds Magnon. Young working it back.
Ball has not been on the floor, as they say, much in this game. It's been in the air a lot and bouncing around.
Roland Mullins working it wide. Brain with a quick touch over there to Wilson. Several good runs up the right wing for Wilson in half number one, including that cross that found Baltinson. But Semedo with the world-class save. Kariorgis looking to bleed one through. Redwall on the back line by Bidet, the goal scorer. Uno will have time and space. Finds Kariorgis with a quick return. Long ball, looking ahead. Georges giving chase. Shielded at the last moment as Georges runs through Basio. It'll be a goal kick.
Probably could have been a foul either way. It's going to be Merrimack's ball. So
Talking about Iona, top of the MAC preseason poll. The Gales were runners-up in each of the last two seasons before knocking off Ryder last year. It's the Gales' first championship since 2019.
they have an interesting campus field there at Iona. It's kind of just right in the middle of their campus, surrounded by a lot of dorms and stuff like that.
13 teams in the Metro Atlantic. The top 6 make the conference tournament.
And it's certainly Merrimack's goal going in.
Big Green of Dartmouth looking to try and battle for at least a 4th place spot. It's the top 4 teams that make the Ivy League tournament. Foul whistled down. Big Green try to restart quickly. It's deflected over the boundary by Zani, so now just a throw.
Second half is picked up with the first half stop. Just a lot of stop, start, which kind of plays into Merrimack's hands.
Of course, on the Ivy side, men's soccer, it was Princeton doing the double dip last year. They won the regular season and postseason Ivy titles. Second straight season with the double dip as Penn did the trick back in 2023. It was the 3rd straight year with a different Ivy tourney champ. Yale winning in 23, Penn winning in 24, and the Tigers winning last year. Tigers going 7-0-0 in Ivy play. They were the first team to go 7-0-0 in the H8 on the men's side since Princeton back in 2021. Big Green will see the Tigers on the road this year. Their next to last game of the season on November the 1st. Kariorgis working for Kashembuzi. Kashembuzi, quick turn. Arvahar dispossessed. Nifty footwork shown there by Deturi. Junitz looking to send a ball through. It leaks into the box, and McPherson will just settle it down.
I guess the weather's not going to be this nice in November, unfortunately.
If we have 70-degree nights in November, I think that's going to lead to a greater conversation.
Yeah.
Leaves already starting to change on the ride up here today.
It's been very dry in this area so far today. Doing a good job taking this field, but it hasn't rained in forever.
For my money, this might be the best kept pitch. Not just in the Ivy, but maybe in all of the Northeast. We have a player that's down on the backside here.
Didn't see what happened
for
there.
The Warriors. Could just maybe be cramping up.
Yeah, a little early for that, but it could be.
It's Basio, the man that's down at the moment.
Trainer comes on the field.
Busy day around the Ivy. 2 games that have already gone final. Non-conference contest. Cornell hosting Western Michigan came away with a 3-0 victory. Princeton was on the road at Villanova, so not too far of a road trip, just outside of Philly. The Tigers coming away with a 3-0 victory. Penn hosting VCU today. Yale on the road out in the West Coast taking on UC Irvine. Harvard making a trip down to the Nutmeg State game that got underway at 6 o'clock as they take on UConn. And Columbia not taken to the pitch until Monday. They've got a crosstown matchup against Manhattan.
Take the subway over.
MAC is also busy, as you might imagine, as the non-conference continues. Marist is at LIU, so we'll trip through the city and out to the edge of the island.
Yeah, not sure what's going on over there on the other side, where the referee's not allowing somebody to come back in the game. Are they going to play down a player for a sec?
I think because they stopped the game and Basio was down, they're not allowing to immediately re-enter. Especially trainer came out as well. Usually if the trainer comes out for any reason, you have to come off at least for a period of time before you're allowed to sub back in.
It seemed automatic. I don't know why they fought that. Basio from Italy, where maybe, they come off. Although the MLS has a rule now where you have to sit out for 2 minutes if you go down to an injury where it's not a foul.
Vincenzo Fontana, the first year, has checked in for the first time wearing number 18. Not just the first time here tonight, but the first time in his collegiate career.
College rules are a little wacky for some of the internationals coming over for the first time.
Plantspeisch will send it back. Touched up the line. It goes out, and a throw coming here for the Big Green. Will be Wilson wearing one of the captain's armbands tonight with the throw back in. Semedo moving back towards midfield. First touch by Magnon. Plantspeisch trying to leak it through. Looking for Samba, but it's picked off by Magnon. Sebastian Magnon, also an Ironman, formerly of the back end, has moved up to that center back position to help solidify the midfield area for Boashani's team. Sent ahead. Both players go for the tackle. It seems like neither one got to the ball. Del Giudice picked off by Magnon. Magnon needs relief. Finds it in the form of Kariorgis.
Been tough to play through Merrimack, and as you see right now, Dartmouth has not been able to do it. Middle of the field packed with yellow jerseys.
Benny Rolla Mullins will send it back towards McPherson. A boomer, some backspin. 50-50 ball. Both players go down. Plantspeisch leaving for Brain. Bidet looking to reverse the field. Fenton, a strong header towards midfield, but it goes right to the boots of Rugland. Quick touch. Del Giudice looking to set something up. Rugland directing traffic. Finds Plantspeisch. Santos looking to send up the wing. Plantspeisch. Deturi has some space to operate with. George Chess closing down. Deturi is able to get the ball ahead. Junitz looking for options. Del Giudice looking for a cross. Instead, he'll draw the corner.
It's a set piece for Merrimack. Again, Dartmouth really frustrated tonight trying to play the ball through the Merrimack team and can't do it, and it's just resulting in Merrimack getting chances. Not a great chance, but you never know here.
Just the second corner for the Warriors coming up here tonight. Big Green with just 2 corners at this point as well. Substitute coming back in. It will be Bossio to check back in here, as Santos will check out. It'll be Junitz looking to swing this in with the left. Junitz going short post, a touch. Big Green were looking for a foul, none coming.
For a couple of fouls there, didn't get it. Somebody I couldn't see who was came in with their foot high, but the head was low. It's always a tough one for an official. Who's at fault there? He let it go, and then the second one he let go as well.
Del Giudice will get a running start on the throw. Warriors got their lone goal in a similar set at the end of half number 1. Del Giudice ahead of steam, launching deep into the box. Magnon get the head to it, come back. Del Giudice tries to settle a touch, works through a challenge. This one just blasted over the boundary by Kashambuzi.
Interesting, they went to Hansen again to try to get a flick at 5'8" there. Let's have some ups. Gonna try it again, why not?
Del Giudice instead sends it short, takes a quick return. Challenged by Kashambuzi. Del Giudice crossing, but sends it across the line.
Didn't quite get the good connection on it to try to. He tried to curl it, but his foot got stuck in the turf a little bit there. Ball goes out of bounds for a goal kick. But again, this is good for Merrimack.
Start of the second half kind of resembling the start of half number 1, where the Warriors really were pushing things down towards the Dartmouth net and keeping possession on that side of the field.
Just look here. You see how hard it is for Dartmouth to play out. There's a yellow shirt everywhere, it seems like.
Plantspeisch off the touch coming from Hansen. Back pass to no one in particular. Someone's lost a shoe. There's a loose boot on the field right now. It's Rugland who has to go over and try and jam it back on the right foot.
We're going to try to see who claimed that.
Was looking for a yellow sock for a moment. Bossio looking for service down the wing. It's not there. Samba trying to work through a challenge. Dispossessed. Pass was behind the intended recipient, Georges. Magnon. Trouble with the touch, goes to turf, and we're going to have a foul.
And we're going to break our card streak on that one, I think.
Yellow is going to come out. It's going to be issued here to the Warriors. Salvatore Zani will be the guilty party. First yellow of the night issued to either side.
Zani's got a case on that one. I'm not going to lie. We'll have to see the replay. I don't know if he got there first or not. Looked like they both got there at about the same time. But it's Dartmouth who has the player injured, although he's back up, so we'll see. I mean, he had a lot closer view of the referee than we did. One of those, either way, it's going to be like, see Zani get his foot in, and I don't know. Could be either way with that one, I think.
Jordan Cavaco, a referee, going to the pocket for the first time here tonight. Game between these two teams last year down in Merrimack featured 6 yellows, 4 for the Big Green of Dartmouth. Junitz, Del Giudice. Junitz turning. And some room with which to operate. Zani calling for it down the wing. That's where they try to go. Wilson, well positioned. Turns possession back over. Now it's the Warriors with a man down at midfield. Kashambuzi has Fenton calling for it. Fenton looking to join the attack. Fenton into the 18. George Hess trying to get free. It leaks through, but blasted towards the top. Looks like it caught the hand there of Sam Fenton, so a free kick to come for the Warriors.
Junitz thought he was fouled at the middle of the field. Again, they've kind of let him play tonight. The referee Cavaco there, and again, he let that go too.
Big Green are readying a line change again, looking over the far side of the field. Baltinson, Miras, Blake, and Spicer appear ready to come back on the pitch here for the Big Green.
So basically the starting lineup's going to come back in. They probably will finish, barring something. We'll see what happens.
Just over 11 minutes gone here in half number 2. Tied up at 1 between Merrimack and Dartmouth. The Big Green breaking through in the 29th minute. Ollie Spicer, his first ever collegiate tally, made it 1-0 Dartmouth. But then Alessandro Bidet in the 44th, just a touch off of a flicking header from Benaya Hansen after the throw from Rocco Del Giudice. That locked us up at 1, and that's where we currently stand. Plants Beisch tries to thread a ball through to Samba. It's denied. Does well to race back, though, and win possession, at least for the moment. Here's Arvahar, now in a race. Douglas Arvahar needs support. Look at all the yellow jerseys back right now, just flicking through, looking for Georges, but it's cleared off the line. Rugland, quick touch. Junitz, reversing field. Zani, now with some turf to burn. Zani working against Wilson, carries back to the inside. Samba turning, Hansen leaving it back for Del Giudice. Del Giudice lining it up. Del Giudice serving into the box, looking for a head, but wide.
Probably wanted to get that a little closer to the goal. I think that was going to be tough. He wanted to get it closer to the 6. He was about 6 or 8 yards off, and here come the Dartmouth subs.
This will allow those 4 to enter. Arvahar will check out here for the Big Green, as will Georges. Kashambuzi coming to the sideline here for Dartmouth, as does Cameron Brain. Vasilius Miras, the look right there, first team All-Ivy a season ago. A half dozen goals in each of the last 2 campaigns, has 1 tally so far this season. That came in the opener against New Haven off of a penalty kick. Bo Shani talking about how he and Trenton Blake can't really sneak up on anywhere. They're the focus now of almost every team's defense. Here's Miras, though. Feigns the shot. Miras carrying, looking for space. Sent to the outside. Blake a touch. Returning to Blake from Fenton. Blake with the left, bending for the back corner, looking for a head, sent down, but beyond the line.
He was trying to head that back across, but it was just a little bit too far to get out of bounds. Might have been a message sent here from Dartmouth from Coach O'Shaughnessy, these starters to go out and win this game right now. He probably wasn't happy with how the first half went. And these guys now with some fresh legs going to try to go win this game for him.
Great look in there to Baltinson. The big target at the back of the box for the Big Green. Now foul whistle down back behind the play.
It was a late challenge, really late that time, and that's why it's going to be card for Trent Blake.
So Blake is going to draw the first yellow for the Big Green here tonight, as Deturi is the man that's down to the turf.
Blake was pleading his innocence, but everybody does, so we'll have to see what the replay says. The challenge came way after the ball was out, and that's why he gets the yellow card. He's pleading that he didn't make any contact at all, but.
So Blake goes in the book, 1 yellow on each side now. This play continuing on here in half number 2. Junitz dancing. Junitz towards the 18. Junitz still on his foot. Magnon, good challenge. Now it's Spicer in the open field to Blake. Blake finding Fenton. Fenton working it back. Great challenge though by Magnon. More of a center mid now, but you saw those center back skills coming to light there, breaking up the advance.
Yep, I think that was a good challenge. Junitz didn't have anywhere to go, so he just fell.
Wilson tried to flick it through. Well defended on the backside by Zani. Wilson still in pursuit. Rugland needs support. This one ping pongs back into the box. Has to be cleared away by Bidet. Big Green trying to build up some pressure. Blake blasting, but high.
I believe Tomatoes only made one save so far, by the way, tonight, and that was that really good save at the other end of the first half. So Dartmouth would like to test them a little bit more at least. They've gotten a couple shots off in the last couple of minutes.
Blake never shy about shooting the ball. Thought he had an opportunity there, but that opportunity just sailing.
Again, I think there was a message sent by Coach O'Shawn to these starters, like, all right, just go win this game. Again, Dartmouth winless on the season so far.
And now I think we're going to have a conversation between Jordan Cavaco and Nelton Semedo about trying to bleed some more time down off the clock.
Semedo's trying to bleed time with 30 minutes left in the second half, but I don't know, maybe just a warning for future.
As you might imagine, in a 1-1 game, as things start to tighten up in half number 2, we've seen the cards come out now. Our first warning for not trying to delay the contest.
Yeah, I think Merrimack would take a draw, but there's a long way to go to start stalling for time here.
Hansen in a battle with Mignon. Off of Hansen's boots and out. Subs coming in right now for the Warriors. 4 yellow shirts at midfield.
Yeah, they're going to answer with their starters, I think, too. Interesting that both coaches took the same tack with substitution so far tonight.
Santos, Abdelal, Chamizo, and Cassidy will check back in. Plants Beisch. Zani will head to the sideline, as will Hansen.
A good shift in the Merrimack subs. They got the goal for them.
Good shift for the Dartmouth subs as well. It was Spicer who came on. Didn't get the start tonight, but entered play and came away with the first tally of his collegiate career. Boomed up the line, quick touch by Miras, but to no one in particular. Basio. It's Santos, fresh back into the game. Spicer chipping ahead, looking. Baltinson couldn't get to it. Spicer with a challenge. Long ball, Del Giudice able to track it down before it finds the boundary. Del Giudice leaking it through. A race on the back end. This one just lofted over the boundary and out. Good work by Karagiorgis.
Keller Cassidy is back in the game too. That was the guy that Merrimack looked to a lot in the first half.
Junitz. Chamizo bending, top of the 18, looking for a head towards net, but just wide. There was the man Cassidy, aforementioned.
That's a little ambitious from that far, but you never know. I mean, you're 18 yards out. A header's tough to score at this level, but hey.
He's got a pair of goals so far. Comes from a soccer family. His dad, Bo, played collegiately at the University of Massachusetts. That UMass outfit year in, year out just finds a way to generate offense, it seems.
I could explain why he's back in the Northeast from Texas as well.
Looking for Baltinson, couldn't connect. Bidet will play it back. He's got the goal for the Warriors here tonight.
Another shoe on the ground.
Another boot that has been lost. Another one for a Warrior player. It's Basio this time on the back end. Cassidy pushing into the 18. Sent back to McPherson, who just has to blast it out of harm's way. Chamizo with the header. Magnon with the touch off of it. Fenton. Magnon. Back pass. Boomed ahead by Karagiorgis. Nearly leaks through. Blake gets to it. Trenton Blake down the wing. Miras with a touch. Headed over the boundary by Deturi, and we'll have a stoppage here, so the loose boot can be reaffixed.
He's going to have to go off the field, it looks like. On his other boot. Is that the same one that was still there before? Never got it back attached, I guess.
It's Basio. He continued to play on without the left boot, so we'll have a momentary pause here.
Some of the boots these days go right on. You see they just slip them back on and go, but obviously he's got old school. He's got some brace there too that's affecting it, so we got a little pause in the action.
Look
again, yeah, if you're new to the college game, the clock stops. There's no stoppage time. been controversial whether they should keep it or not keep it. So far, it's still in place for now.
Look at the student section on hand here tonight. Great crowd out here at Burnham Field. Beautiful evening for a game to take in as we move our way towards mid-September. Tie up, and it goes off the boots of Spicer and out. Of course, a week from today, Big Green football will get up and off the ground. They'll be welcoming an in-state rival, University of New Hampshire. The Granite Bowl, UNH playing up today against Ball State on the road. They lost, but only by 5, 34-29. So you got a Wildcat team that was starting to come in the backside of the FCS rankings. I think they were 23rd coming into the weekend, so it'll be a tough test right off the top for Sammy McCorkle's squad.
Dartmouth soccer team will be going the other way.
A long ball skips ahead here. Del Giudice on the fly pattern, but overthrown. 3rd down.
I should have made that a doubleheader, no? Dartmouth UNH?
Might be a little crowded on campus that day.
Might be crowded anyway, though. Heck, they're already on campus.
Big Green men's soccer team will be on the road in Durham, taking on the University of New Hampshire. One of the mainstay powers in America East men's soccer. Of course, Vermont taking home the national title last year. UNH, a team that's been perpetually in the NCAA tournament. Bryant, one of the more recent entrants, but have found their way in the tournament. 2023, America East put 3 teams in the NCAA tournament. Impressive for a small conference out of the Northeast. It's one of the things Coach O'Shaughnessy was talking about as well, was the fact that you're able to schedule such quality opponents, but you don't have to go out and travel to a Power 5. You don't have to, burn yourself getting out to California. You're getting somewhere out to the Big Ten schools. You've got great opponents that are just in your area. Iron sharpening iron. It's a great opportunity for all these programs to have great out-of-conference games.
We talked about that off-air before the game, is that the men's game is a little different than the women's game as it stands now. There are a lot more quality in these lower conferences, quote-unquote.
This is Blake looking for an opportunity, sending wide for Fenton. Fenton standing over it. Fenton will take a shot, but it never reaches its way through. The turret got in the way. Fenton down to the turf. Dances over it. We'll leave it back for Kariorgis. Big Green will build back before they build out. Alexi Uno, been on the pitch for every minute tonight. No surprise there. He's been on the pitch for every minute so far this season.
It looks like the width is open for Dartmouth. They haven't been able to take advantage of it tonight.
Benny Rolla Mullins working it down the line. Rugland, good tackle to slow down the advance. And that one is going to go off Rugland's boot and out, and that's going to result in the corner here for the Big Green.
Big Green's starting to get a little momentum here, starting to get a little bit of possession.
It'll be Ollie Spicer, the first year, to put it down. The man that got Dartmouth on the board in the 29th minute. The ball fixed as Spicer will swing it in with the left. Bends it short, looking for a touch for Baldenson. Tight in the box, and it'll be another corner for the Big Green.
Got stuck there a little bit. They wanted to flick on, kind of like Merrimack got on their goal in the throw-in. They're kind of stuck there for him.
Spicer, high bender this time, looking for a head, but it's Bidet who's able to clear it. Comes to Miras. Wide again, it comes to Spicer. Spicer dancing with it. Spicer chipping, looking for the back post. Headed back into the mixer, diving attempt by Roland Mullins, but he can't get it cleanly. Chamizo able to clear. Cassidy flying it up the wing. Here comes Abdalal. Abdalal in a race to the ball. Approaching the edge of the 18. Abdalal works through a tackle. Can he save it from the end line? Crosses and sent away off the line by Wilson.
Yeah, all those players for Dartmouth stayed up for the corner and left them vulnerable to the counter, and Merrimack almost took advantage.
It was Kariorgis, excuse me, you see right there. Able to clear it off the line. Del Giudice. In a battle here with Blake. That'll be a foul whistled down against Rocco Del Giudice.
Merrimack players pleading to the assistant referee this time and made that call. Usually get that call on the defensive end. The defensive player usually gets that call.
A little bit of a wry smile you can see there on Blake's face, excuse me, he and Del Giudice. Just exchanging back and forth.
It's only foul number 6 for Merrimack, so they've been pretty clean today.
14 combined fouls between the two teams, 1 yellow on each side. Not too much of the run and tumble as Baltinson gets a touch. Parried ahead here by Blake. Miras will give chase as it's played back to Semedo. Turi had to work it back and blast it across midfield. Karagiorgis chasing with Abdullah in pursuit. Karagiorgis will just fence it over the boundary and settle the action down so Dartmouth can get organized defensively.
Didn't want to take the chance to give it back to McPherson there. It could have been dangerous, so puts it out, but it gives Merrimack a chance to get up and get another long throw in the box.
3 shots on goal for the Warriors here tonight. 2 shots on goal for the Big Green. Each side finding the back of the net one time this evening. It's Del Giudice who upset up the first goal in the 44th minute with a long throw from a similar spot down at the opposite end of the field. He's going to get a head start and try to launch this one into the box. Good strong throw. Leaking towards midway towards the edge of the 6. Sent back out, Del Giudice dancing along the boundary. Playing it down the wing for Junitz. Junitz in a battle with Mignon. Junitz. Rugland with a touchback. Now it's going to be a foot race. Baltinson trying to get to it. They'll play it back to Semedo with Baltinson in pursuit. Baltinson's 2 goals against the University of Vermont came on breakaways, where he used that speed and that size, and then showed finesse and touch on both the finishes. First one, deking his way around Catamount keeper Herseg, tucking it in neatly with the right foot. The second one splitting a pair of defenders, and just a beautiful touch with his left while kind of falling away from the goal. You see the size and the speed and the power that he has, but a lot of finesse and touch in his game as well.
Been watching Rugland a lot, how much ground he covers there for Merrimack in the middle. Just so hard for Dartmouth to get through right now.
Rugland's played a strong game here tonight. Won 84 minutes against Dartmouth last year down in North Andover. He's played every minute so far here this evening. Blake looking for a turn. Can't find it at the moment. Now a quick turn up the wing. Blake approaching the edge of the 18. Blake leaking it through. Fenton looking for relief, but just swallowed up by the yellow jerseys of Merrimack. It's Del Giudice off the shins of Fenton. Will draw the goal kick.
But that was better from Dartmouth. They got a big switch that time and it moved Merrimack around. That's what they have to do, and then try to break them down. So that was step 1.
Fine-tuning the attack seems to be the focus right now for Bo Oshani's squad. He was pleased with the progress they've made defensively here at the beginning of the season. But that attack piece is the next piece that they got to try to work on. 3 goals against Vermont. Have to be pleased with that output against a team that's notoriously hard to score on, and also notoriously hard to score on at home. Catamounts.
If you win the national championship, you're by definition hard to score on.
Catamounts going on almost 2 years since their last home loss.
Like we said before, just an amazing atmosphere up in Burlington. There will be another sub for Dartmouth. Don't know if this is injury related or we're just making a sub.
Ben Bilden will check back into the game here for the Big Green. Not sure who's coming off. It's Sam Fenton who's coming off right now for Dartmouth. So a rare breather coming for Sam Fenton. Mentioned a season ago for the Big Green. Fenton played all but 45 minutes during the entirety of the season. So Bilden, the first year who got the start tonight, sends it back in. Goes right in the face of Baltinson, but on he continues to go. Headed back down to the turf, but right to the feet of Chamizo. Basio looking to launch across midfield, sends it to the box. Abdullah chesting to the turf. Abdullah can't control it. Goal kick to come for the Big Green.
A little bit too big of a touch. It's a pretty good ball, though. It was in a good spot. Abdullah just couldn't quite get it down. If he does, they might get a chance.
Abdullah does have a goal on the season. Came in their game against Stonehill. Bilden up the wing. Looking for a one-touch back there with the flex. It comes to Bilden. Sent back. First year to first years. Roll of Mullins. Instead we'll send to the senior Mignon. Abdullah with pressure from behind runs through it. And that's going to draw foul and a free kick to come here for the Big Green.
Yeah, smart play there. Abdullah didn't quite get there in time. He's trying to challenge the ball, and I couldn't see who that was or turned their body at the last second and then took the foul for Dartmouth.
Mignon, the man that got run through. Get a look at it right here.
Mignon sees him coming, just gets in his way right there and takes the contact and gets the foul. It's a pretty smart play right there.
This will set up the free kick for the Big Green of Dartmouth. It'll be Spicer and Karagiorgis.
take something real special to score from this spot, but we'll see.
See what motion Dartmouth can work in. 5 players stacked along the backside of the 18. Lofting, looking for a head. It finds one, but it's wearing a yellow jersey. Spicer goes in hard on a tackle. Ball deflects and comes back to midfield. Karagiorgis parries it. Bilden lifts it into space. Sent into the 18. Cleared for a moment. Loose. Touch towards net and saved off the line. Miras could not get a strong touch to it. And saving the backside at the moment here for the Warriors of Merrimack.
Semedo came out really early on that one.
It's Bossio. Apologize for the pause. He's got a 7 on his shorts and a 19 on his jersey.
He was injured earlier. I wonder if that was the switch there where they had to switch the shorts for some reason.
Possibly could have been blood that was on them as well. Baltinson leaking it through. Sent wide to the corner. Wilson tracks it down. Now looking for an angle. Crossing. Baltinson ahead! But gets underneath it.
Couldn't quite keep it down, but this is much better from Dartmouth. You see they're getting into the wide areas they could not get through a few minutes earlier and starting to put the pressure on here late in the game.
We're approaching the final third of play as we get another look at the opportunity for the Big Green.
Just a little bit too high. Couldn't keep it down there on the header. He's frustrated himself. It was just a little bit too high. Didn't have no juice on it.
Ollie Spicer, a bending free kick with the left foot in the 29th minute. Got Dartmouth on the board. Alessandro Bidet. A quick one-touch in the 44th. Got Merrimack to tally. And that's all the scoring that we have seen so far. Abdullah. Sent back and controlled here. Dituri. Leave it back for Bidet. Bidet going the distance here tonight so far. 90 minutes played in each of his last 2 games. This one bleeds through into the 18. McPherson will come out and gather. He's made 2 saves, the senior has, in his collegiate debut. Spent 5 years with the Colorado Rapids Academy. Spent time, obviously, with this team over the course of the last 3 years, but getting his first shot on the pitch wearing the orange of Dartmouth tonight.
Yes. Baltinson way over here near us. There he goes.
Roll the Mullins. Using that speed. Cassidy's able to track him down from behind. Spicer. Here comes the first year with some speed himself through midfield. Some turf to use. Spicer pushing to the edge, approaching the 18. Spicer wide to Bilden. Bilden along the line, crossing. Semedo able to clamp down on top.
Had to have a strong hand to that. One way to break down defense is doing what Spicer's doing, is to run at him too. Haven't seen much of that from Dartmouth all night either, but Spicer's been the guy to do it.
Semedo, 3rd team all-conference a season ago. A pair of shutouts to his name. That was despite going 3-10-2. Of course, a goalkeeper's record also only as good as sometimes the team that's out in front of him. First year in the MAC for the Warriors a season ago. Moving out of the Northeast Conference, their original home, making the switch to Division I. Touch comes ahead to Blake. Blake working through a challenge. Baltinson back behind the action. Baltinson looking to try and settle. The flag was up for a foul.
It's got to be offside, I think.
Ooh,
which I don't know, because I think it might have went off Merrimack. I don't know about that one at all. I mean, he was in an offside position, but who was the touch coming from? It might have been a Merrimack foot. Very hard for the assistant referee to see that over there, but we had a good view of it too.
Get a look at it right here, and yep, you can see the touch does come off a Warrior foot, but he was well back behind the line.
I probably missed that one.
The flag came up after the challenge, so I think they were waiting to see where possession settled down. Del Giudice and Miras say, how do you do?
Stop the clock as we're talking to the assistant referee. I don't know what's going on over here, way away from the ball.
Karagiorgis and Abdullah seem to be having a running conversation and jostling match, and the assistant on the near side, Ernesto Rodriguez, rose the flag in the air to get the attention of our lead referee, Jordan Cavaco. So a quick conversation, and on will continue to go with 12:40 remaining here in half number 2. Junitz. Now Santos. Roland Mullins, who's been active since coming on in half number 1, slowed it down for a moment. Dituri finds Del Giudice. Del Giudice lofting top of the 18, headed in towards net. McPherson Has to punch it down to the ground.
Got good contact in that, but he was probably 20 yards out when he made contact. It was very tough to score from there.
Seen a lot of those long headers near the top of the 18 tonight here for Merrimack.
Dartmouth will take those. They're not thrilled about it, but better than getting in front of the net.
Here's Blake. Looking to make it 3 consecutive years scoring against the Warriors of Merrimack. Scored the lone goal here in 2023. Returns to Bilden in a battle. Bilden blasting towards net. Semedo is able to make the save. Third stop of the night for Nelson Semedo. Beautiful ball to Bilden.
Pressure starting to mount here again. Dartmouth pushes for the winner.
Wilson in a battle, able to draw the throw. Now in a battle trying to pick the ball up. And we're going to have a stop put, and I believe a card is going to come out here.
Yeah, just delaying the game. It's going to be a Merrimack, I believe, for trying to delay the restart. That's exactly what it is.
Santos will be the man that draws the yellow. Second yellow we've seen issued to the Warriors tonight, 3rd in total.
Let's see what he was trying to do. He was way out of position there, but he held it a little bit too long for the referee's liking.
Running head start for Wilson, launching into the box, but it finds Chamizo. Loose though, it comes to Miras. Miras trying to put something together. A race to the corner. Miras and Del Giudice. Miras turning along the end line, tries to play it off the feet of Del Giudice, who plays it expertly and does not allow for the corner. Along the line, it's sent. And now we're going to have a foul called, and a yellow is going to come out against Vasilius Miras.
That might be a little bit harsh. We predicted the cards were coming eventually, and now we got 4. He said Merrimack has 22 cards between the teams and them and their opponents in 4 games this year. Now 26 in 5 games.
I'm going to look at the challenge coming here. Del Giudice does a great job trying to hold it there, and Miras just goes through him and gets the backside of the leg.
Yeah. He's saying he got his shirt held too. A little bit of embellishing there, but it's tough. Usually the referee don't want you to hit people from behind.
Noah Santos will check out of the game now. And Pasquale Yaya, the first year out of Italy, will check in for the first time. Yaya appearing in 3 games now with his appearance tonight. Last appearance came against Stonehill, just 4 minutes on the field for him. Semedo will take the free kick with just over 11 minutes to go.
From Monopoly, Italy.
Blasted back towards the Dartmouth net. McPherson coming out to challenge it. Sends it away. Dangerous ball as it comes to Zunic. Rugland from distance. Has to be touched. Question is, where will it end? Keller Cassidy looking to settle it. Now Loft coming back in, looking for Abdulal, too strong. Leaking out through the near side of the 18. Zunic puts a stop to it. Well done. Saving possession. It comes back to Del Giudice. Del Giudice with the touch, but can't win the race back to the ball before it finds the end line.
Pretty good defending there. McPherson was in no man's land for a sec there. Luckily, couldn't get a good touch on it from Rugland.
Uno sending it wide. Return comes to him quickly. Alexi Uno. Sent through. Kariorgis goes down. Play on, the officials say. Abdulal back on the attack. Blake tries to stop him. Abdulal into space. Yaya over to it. Yaya backing it up. Skipping through. And nearly found a man crashing in towards the net. Pascal Yaya fresh onto the pitch. A beautiful crossing ball, but Abdulal, a sliding opportunity he was not able to send home.
And Abdulal started that play way back here with a great tackle right there, and it almost resulted in a shot at the other end. That's a little dangerous. Just needed a little touch. Couldn't quite get it to put it home.
Dartmouth had a good run of pressure, but the Warriors responding here tonight. Foul whistled down against Ollie Spicer, as down to the turf went Rugland.
Looked like a good call there. The referee's done a pretty good job tonight for the most part.
Warriors taking their time coming up to it.
Yeah, I think they'll be happier with a draw out of this, coming to Dartmouth, an Ivy League team. But, you know, they've had their chances, but I think they'd rather have a draw than Dartmouth would.
Chamizo swallowed up, loses possession. Now we're going to have a foul call here against the Big Green, and a free kick to come. And Sebastian Magnon cannot believe it.
He thinks he got ball too, but I think he had a little more man than Abdulal did before him, right? Is he going to get another card here?
Yes.
Yeah, he is. Maybe for the histrionics after the foul more than the foul itself. It's 5 cards. Is that the end or not? We'll see.
So third yellow of the night issued here to the big green.
Tough really to see. We didn't have a great angle at that. Let's see if we can see on the replay. See, he gets ball at the beginning. He got a lot of man there, too. I don't think he had too many complaints. The yellow, I don't know, but it looks certainly like a foul.
This has been an area Bo O'Shaughnessy has said he wants his team to clean up. Defending set pieces. Vermont scored on a set piece against them on Tuesday. Bryant scored the only goal of the game they played here on a set piece.
A little ambitious to try a shot from here, but they got a 3-man wall. Let's see if they go for a shot or try to put it in the mixer.
Rugland will loft it in through everyone right to McPherson. No problem with it.
Went for goal.
He'll roll it out short to Uno. As the Big Green will look to try and build back out. Benny Rolla Mullins, the first year out of Ann Arbor, Michigan, approaching midfield. Blake will send it wide. Miras sends it back. Touched again to midfield. Approaching 8 minutes remaining here in half number 2. Locked up at 1. Uno looking to join the attack. Made one move but couldn't maintain the touch.
Counters on.
Here comes Abdalal. Kariorgis backing up. Abdalal looking for options. Trying to direct traffic. Abdalal carrying through the 18. A tangle down to the turf and we play on. Baltinson looking for the sneak away. Headed back down to the turf quickly by Deturi. Now Rugland.
Yeah, whatever happens here, give Merrimack credit for coming in and giving Dartmouth a battle.
Quick touch, Chamizo looking to return to Rugland. The return was behind. Chamizo trying to settle. Played ahead quickly to Rugland. Touching back to the outside. Yaya working with Rugland down the wing to the corner. Yaya backing it up, trying to cross it in. It'll cross over the end line. No, the officials say, play on. Warriors were looking for the corner, none coming. It's taken back. Rugland trying to leak it through. McPherson will come out and gather.
Didn't quite have the angle for that on that last ball right there, but some good work again by the Warriors. Strung a few passes together.
Rolled out quickly to Magnon. Can Dartmouth counter here over the final 6:40 plus? There's that opportunity to build it in front. Since then, the Warriors have maintained possession and kept the ball on the attacking side of the field. Miscommunication on the back pass by Spicer. Here comes Keller Cassidy, the man with a never-ending motor. Cassidy carrying to the 18, denied.
Yeah, we just ran into too many white shirts that time.
Now it's Blake trying to fly for Baltinson. Baltinson calling for a handball, it looks like. This one will just be blasted up the line and eventually across the boundary. And there's a man down in midfield. That's Rugland, I believe.
Yeah, this may be your cramps that you were talking about a few minutes ago. It's about the time for that now.
So I'll put a stop on the clock with 6:05 to go here in half number 2. It's been a teeter-totter of a game at times between these two squads. Both goals being scored in half number 1. Nelton Semedo making 3 saves in front of his net. 4 saves made for Matt McPherson in his collegiate debut.
We'll see Merrimack. A lot of these guys have played a lot of minutes tonight. We'll see they've left for the last 6 minutes. And again, Merrimack's style is predicated on running a lot. And they've done a great job of it tonight, but they have to hold out for the last 6 minutes.
One more non-conference game for them. It's going to be on the road. This is the middle of a 3-game road trip for them. Of course, I guess you could say road in name only. They'll be at Lowell to take on the Riverhawks at the Cushing Athletic Field Complex on Tuesday. Big Green of Dartmouth, meanwhile.
20-minute drive-ish?
About 20 minutes or so, depending upon which way you want to go. Big Green will be back at home on Wednesday when they welcome in Northeastern before they take their next 2 on the road, including their Ivy opener against Brown on September the 27th. Up the line it goes, Wilson. Looking for options. Wilson trying to use that speed. We saw that a lot in half number 1 and not been able to see it so much in half number 2. Magnon with Cassidy on his backside. Magnon and a challenge. Spicer settles it down. Rolla Mullins to Uno. You look at the back line of the Warriors right now. There's 5 men standing almost level with the 18. They'll come forward a bit now as it comes to Miras. Baltinson calling for a ball. Miras has no angle. Leaving back for Magnon. Miras Now looking to carry into the area. Miras overruns for a moment. Mignon chipping back through, but well read by Chamizo. Del Giudice just sends it into space. Approaching 5 minutes remaining here in half number 2.
Kind of back as we started the game. Dartmouth with possession. Merrimack looking to counter.
Wilson tries to work his way around, goes down to the turf, was looking for a foul call and will get one. Free kick to come here for the Big Green. Stop will be put.
It's only foul number 8 for Merrimack, by the way. They're averaging 13 coming in, I believe you said.
13.25 per game coming in.
Whip this one in and see what happens.
They'll send it in short. Spicer in the box trying to cross it. Will draw a corner. That was Blake, excuse me, from Spicer.
They didn't whip it in. Played it short, and actually it was a really good play. Bolton's ended up on the ground there.
It'll be fixed by Spicer in the corner. In swinging with the left. Spicer, a bender, looking for a head. It gets over everything. And it'll be a goal kick.
Bolton's quite an angry young man at the moment. He thought he got fouled before and was kind of pushing people around there in the box. But he wants the winner.
Two goals a season ago for Eider Baltinson. 2 goals and the draw against Vermont on Tuesday. Both sides looking for the go-ahead here. Semedo will take his time before sending it back into play as we bleed inside 4 minutes to go. The challenge comes to Mignon, now to Wilson. Down the line, Baltinson in a tangle. Body's down right now. Play on, the officials say. Spicer in a wrestling match gets to Mignon. Bilden, a quick touch to Miras. Kariorgis with a touch to Bilden. Sent back towards the 18. Kariorgis trying to work his way through, but stood up on the back end there by Deturi. But along the end line, it's Bilden, keeping it alive. Bilden sending towards the 6, but cleared out of the way by Rugland.
Baltinson's back up and now wants the goal again. Dartmouth did not kick the ball out, which is interesting.
Mignon holding. Rolla Mullins looking for Wilson, trying to direct traffic with Spicer. They'll exchange. Touch back, Mignon wide for Wilson. Wilson stood up, ball loose. Chamizo, a header back down to the turf. Wilson will pursue off his boots. Well played by Yaya.
Merrimack running out of gas a little bit, I think, here with 3 minutes left. They just have to get to the finish line.
Our official again will put a stop to it as the Warriors are taking their time to get the throw in. So the clock frozen with 2:40 to go as Bossio makes his way over to throw it back into play.
I think if they weren't going to take a draw before, they'd definitely take it now.
Lofted back in. Battle here. Wilson's able to keep it in for the moment, but a foul whistle down. Looked like there was a jersey tug, so a free kick to come here for the Big Green.
Merrimack doesn't want to give up to me these set pieces. Not in a real dangerous spot, but they're going to throw it in the box, and it could bounce anywhere at that point.
I saw a 2-1 game at home against Stonehill turn into a 3-2 loss with the Skyhawks scoring with just under 2 seconds left.
Ironically, it was off their own free kick. They got countered. So maybe they can return the favor right here. They have nobody up right now.
They played a man short for the final 9+ of that game as this one's lofted into the mixer. Spicer trying to settle. Sent out into play, and Spicer goes through Chamizo, who goes down to the turf, and a free kick now for the Warriors.
That'll kill a little more time, too. See if he lets it go or stops the clock here. He's not going to do it. Semino's already been warned about time wasting here. We'll see how long he takes on this one.
He'll approach with 1:38 to go. Back across midfield it comes. Now it's the Warrior bench that's looking for a call as it comes into McPherson. Rolled out to Rolla Mullins. Back it comes to McPherson. 2-1 was the final here back in 2023. The Warriors with a road victory. 2-1 was the final a year ago down in North Andover as a foul was called against Keller Cassidy.
A little surprised Cassidy didn't get a card for that.
1-1 is where we are right now. The announcement for 1 minute remaining has gone out. A lofting ball at the edge of the 18. Kariorgis just plays it over the edge. Abdelal with a little bit of a chuck. Kariorgis in with it quickly. Blake touching back. Miras. Wilson working against Yaya. Inside 40. Wilson tries to serve it in. Spicer settles it. Spicer tries to send it through. It's knocked away. Abdelal playing it forward for Junitz. Uno gets to it with just over 20 remaining. Alexi Uno working through a challenge. Uno into the 18. Kariorgis with the final 10 is just going to have to loft it and hope for a prayer. Looking for a head at the back post. Wilson tugged down and no call. Dartmouth is incensed right now.
Appeal for a penalty from everybody, and Dartmouth a little too incensed that time. And that's it.
And that will do it. A 1-1 draw. Bo Oshani palms to the sky, cannot believe it. We'll try to get a look at it. But Wilson with an opportunity pulled down as time expires. And now there's a conversation.
I think Dartmouth has to kind of get the heck out of there right now. Let the coach handle it. The call was made. It is what it is. They will have to see the replay to see. They certainly thought there was a jersey tug right there, but they got to get people out of there before this gets a little ugly over there.
Wilson's at the backside of the box. You see the jersey and the pull
now
on the arm.
we got some people yelling at each other in midfield, too. They need to get these guys out of here before we get something going on.
Here's another look. Look for Wilson. Defended at the backside through a tangle of bodies right there. It was Yaya that the man got tangled up with.
It looked like a jersey tug. I think it was there, and certainly it looked that way. It's one where if the referee's not 100% sure, he's not going to give it. That's why you see a lot of those VARs, right? It certainly did look like a jersey tug, though. I don't think he would have faulted the ref for giving it, but sometimes a referee, especially in a spot like that, there's 10 seconds left in a tie game, he's got to be 100% sure, and he wasn't in that case, and it ends 1-1.